Hello everyone. With our changing education system, the way of giving exams has also been changed. Today, we used to receive the compositions that are not regular, that are totally offbeat. Whether we are dealing with the academic exams, that is our routine exams, or we are preparing for some sort of competitive exams in which you have to deal with some subjective sort of paper, you have to write some topic, and at that point you are just stuck because you are not in a position to write on any topic. So this is the duty of each and every teacher to make his student prepare about this sort of composition writing. So today's video is for students, for teachers, for teacher educators, teacher trainees, and everybody who is dealing with this sort of things. So I have taken a topic that is a bit different. It is not routine as Diwali or the best friend. It is like you have received a topic in your exam that discuss the position of the whole world by describing the different heat zones of the earth. So how you will deal with this topic? First of all, what a teacher should do, the first step. The first step the teacher should do in the class is develop the topic orally by of your own. It means, first of all, give the oral knowledge of the topic of the to your students, of course, and let them clear each and every aspect related to the topic. Explain the things to the topic. One more thing I am adding here is that you are seeing this whiteboard in front of you. I have drawn some figure here. Okay, we are talking about the heat zones of the earth. I have drawn a globe here. Okay, so with the help of this globe, I am going to explain all the aspects that are related to the heat zones of the world. So what is the use of drawing this thing? Take one thing in your mind, that our learning become more firmer if we use maximum senses while learning. Maximum senses means if we hear the thing, if we see the thing, if we experience the thing, we learn the things properly. Here, what we are doing, we are watching the things, that is, we have the diagram in front of us. Secondly, I am speaking, the students are listening. Okay, the two senses are get involved in this. It means the learning will be more firmer. So first of all, what you will do, I will explain. Suppose I am a teacher and I am explaining the things to my students orally so that they can do the further things easily. So first of all, what I'll tell them? I'll tell them that this is a globe, that is the short form, the miniature of the earth. Okay, the earth is divided into two equal parts. In between earth, what we have equator. Earth is divided into two equal parts, that is northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Okay, all the parts, that is northern and the southern hemisphere, are further divided into latitudes and longitudes. Latitudes that are sleeping lines and longitudes that are standing lines. And when we divide the heat zones of the world, how we divided it? According to the latitudes. So we have mainly 5 heat zones on our earth. These 5 heat zones are: number 1, torrid zone; number 2, temperate zone, that is north temperate zone and south temperate zone. Then we have north frigid zone and south frigid zone. Okay, we have 5 zones according to our heat belts. Okay, so first of all, what I will do, I will explain the first zone, that is the torrid zone. I'll tell them that first of all we have the torrid zone. The extent of the torrid zone is from 23.5 degree north to 23.5 degree south. So this is our torrid zone, you can see here. And torrid zone is divided in two equal parts by equator. This total zone covers about 40% of the Earth's area. This zone is the area where we experience maximum rainfall throughout the year. Here the sun rays are almost vertical. So what happens? It makes the temperature always elevated for the whole year. Okay, temperature remain high for the whole year due to high temperature, due to maximum precipitation in this area. What we have? The next thing that we have in this zone is maximum humidity. And all these factors affect one thing, that is the area is having very dense forest. The forest cover is very dense in this area, very tall and long trees in this area. Even sometimes the sunlight never reach at the bottom of the forest even. So in the bottom of the forest, in the floor of the forest, there is also rich vegetation. So this area has a variety of topographical land features also. Topographical feature, that is different landform features, like it is having deserts also, it is having mountains also, and the area covers the countries like Egypt, Algeria, some parts of America, Mexico, Caribbean and Sudan, etc. So the next zone that we are talking about is two zones, that is northern temperate zone and southern temperate zone. The extent of northern temperate zone is from 23.5 degree north to 66.5 degree north. That is, it extends from Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle. And in the southern part, it extends from 23.5 degrees south to 66.5 degrees south, covers the area from Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle. This belt is the belt that receive rare precipitation, that is less rainfall is here, and it receives the average temperature of 0 to 20 degrees Celsius, and it receives maximum temperature of plus 40 degrees Celsius and minimum temperature of minus 40 degrees Celsius. It means it receives extreme type of environment, extreme type of temperature and climate here. Okay, the main crops of these areas that we find here are, it includes so many crops. Main crops that we find here are wheat and barley. And the main fruits that we find here are pear, apple and strawberry, etc. Okay, and the other thing that we can talk about regarding this zone is that it covers the area, that is the main areas are of parts of Canada, parts of South America, Southern Australia and most part of USA and Europe, Central Asia and some other countries also. Besides this, this area also receives 4 types of seasons, that is summers, winters, autumns and spring. Okay, now we will move towards our another zone, that is frigid zone. It is again in the both parts, that is northern part and the southern part. In the northern 66.5 degree north to 90 degree north, and in the southern 66.5 degrees south to 90 degrees south. So this area remains almost covered with snow and ice for the throughout year. Here the temperature is very low, not suitable conditions for living. Here mosses are the main things that we find as a vegetation here. Besides, we get the animals like reindeers, penguins and seals, etc. here. Besides this, this area receives the summers of only 2 to 3 months, and in those months it receives just slanting rays of the sun. That's why it remains cool for the throughout year. And in summers there is almost 24-hour day here. So this is about the principal countries that falls in this zone is Alaska, northern Russia, and Finland, Greenland, Sweden, and such countries. Now this is the end of the step 1, that how a teacher will develop the topic, that you will tell everything in detail to your student. Now step 2. In step 2, students will develop the composition of their own. They will develop the topic of their own. So how they will develop? You just have to ask question to the students. You just have to ask question according to the sequence, so that a composition come in a sequential order. Okay. And what else you have to do? Just rub this and write all the responses of the student on the blackboard. Why you have to write all the responses? You have to write all the responses of the student. When you are writing all the responses, they will get at least 15 or 16 points. Those points work as the key sentences for them. Okay, with the help of these key sentences, they will be able to write the composition of their own. Okay, so how can you question? What sort of question you can ask to the students? So first question that you can ask when students are developing the composition, and take one thing in your mind, that you have to write their answers on the blackboard side by side. Okay, so first question, how many heat zones are there in the world? Okay, the second question can be, what is the extent of torrid zone? They will definitely give the answer that it is from this latitude to that latitude. What they can also give the name of the different zones. Then what? Then next question can be, how is the climate of the torrid zone? What type of vegetation we find in the torrid zone? How is the flora and fauna of the torrid zone? In this way, you can ask at least 16 to 17 questions. You can mention different questions and they will answer. And when you get the answer, they will see the answer and develop their composition of their own. For your knowledge, I am just telling you the question that can be asked in this. I have asked 4 questions. The next question can be the name of the countries existing in the torrid zone. Name them. Then name the seasons. What is the extent of the temperate zone? Then you can ask for the season. Then you can ask for the vegetation, and the same things with these rest of the zones. In this way, you can make them develop their composition of their own, and they will be able to write the composition. So in this way, you can develop any composition, and student will also enjoy this method of writing composition or writing any sort of topic. Okay, and this is over with this video, and in the next video I'll definitely come to you with other phrasal words, with the next alphabet that we have to do in the coming future. Okay, till then, like the video, share the video, and subscribe the channel, and take care of yourself very well. God bless.